Hello again everybody, I hope you're doing well, and it's time again to grab another shirt from the Classic Football Shirts haul that I did, well I suppose at the end of January now is when they had a 20% discount. And speaking of 20% discounts, they recently just had one for March, and yes, I have bought a couple of shirts, not as many this time, so that must mean that the shirts are maybe a little bit more higher quality. I guess we'll find out in probably September when I decide to actually open them. But for now, we're going to look at this shirt that I have had in my office now for probably the best part of a month and a half. I have two more to go, so we'll just randomly pick out whatever the next one is on top, and yeah, we'll go from there. Obviously, I'm aware of what I have bought, but I do sometimes forget specifically which ones they are. So there is that one. We have one more. We shall grab the trading card at the end. Anyway, there we go. There is sort of one part of the front, I believe, and then there is the rest of the shirt. There are the tags present. And it shows that it is a medium, so I don't need to worry about returning it, though I think that time period has well and truly gone. So let's open it up and see what it looks like in person. Get rid of you. I can feel some people. Get rid of you. Right then. Okie dokie. This is the rear of the shirt. So we've got a little bit of a funky design going on there. Yes, it is Mexican. So it does have plenty of sponsors dotted all over. I think we've all become quite accustomed to that now. And then this is the front of the shirt. How about that? It's not the most obscure of teams. I know I've been putting a few obscure teams up recently, but I'm pretty confident that a lot of you watching this video will be aware of who they are. If you can't necessarily see what it says, once I mention who they are, you'll be like, yes, I am definitely familiar with them. Right, as always, I shall dress the mannequin, do a wee bit of research, and have a little scan of the shirt, see if there's anything specifically unique and sort of cool that I can talk to you about. And we are back, and there is the shirt. Very, very cool. Of course, for those last few of you who are not quite familiar with it is Pachuca, and they are a team from Mexico, of course, and it's their home shirt from 2020-2021, so it's relatively recent and new, and I of course bought it from Classic Football Shirts. They were selling it before discount at £22.99, and of course I then had 20% off further, so it kind of was a no-brainer when it came to the purchase. I believe they still have a few available, though not necessarily in medium, but they have a few of the sizes, so if that's the size that you collect or wear, then I think they're still pretty worth it at £22.99 without a discount, and you can still get 10% off as well, so it's like, why not go for it? It is of course manufactured by Charlie. I'm starting to get a nice little collection of Charlie shirts because they make great designed items and generally the prices are pretty good. I believe they actually have some Pachuca shirts in addition to these ones, but some of the prices kind of do drift a little bit towards more expensive sort of areas, so it really depends on what you want to go for. You might prefer that design or this one. So with regards to the club, Pachuca is one of the oldest clubs in the Americas, having formed in 1901 by Cornish miners, and apparently there is a Cornish mining influence for the city of Pachuca also. They were one of the founding members of the Mexican Primera Division, so they have been knocking around for some time, and they're actually one of the most successful teams from the country. They won the Copa Sudamericana in 2006 when they were accepting applicants from the CONCACAF region between 2004 and 2008, which means that Pachuca is the only team in the world to have ever won a club competition in a confederation outside of their own, which is really cool. How good is that? It's like, I don't know, Kawasaki Frontale from Asia coming over to Europe and winning the Champions League. Like, that's really cool. I know that sort of North America, Central America and South America kind of have shared their sort of competitions before, so I thought that was a nice little fact there. They've also won their own confederation, the CONCACAF Champions League, twice. They did it in 2010 and most recently in 2017. Before that, it was known as the Champions Cup, which they won in 2002, 2007 and 2008. One of only a few teams that were able to actually defend their title successfully. And as you can see that from between 2006, 2007, 2008, they won sort of continental competitions. I think they also won like Clausuras and Aperturas in Mexico. So that clearly was probably their most successful period. And that's not that far away historically. Recently, they've had a few successes, but not quite at the same level. So that's really cool. With regards to the shirt itself, there are a few details. I mean, mainly it's covered in sponsors, but that's what we come to expect. It has this sort of interesting sort of pattern on the front, which kind of looks like a honeycomb pattern, but not really. Has sort of hexagons with like this weird sort of different shades of, I guess you would say, grey, silver, white going on there. Everything sponsor-wise is just sort of woven into the material. With regards to the crests and logos there, there's sort of that rubbery transfer, which is actually quite a nice material. It's quite durable, so I do quite like that when it occurs. There is, at the bottom here, there's a little debossed sort of graphic, which is the same sort of graphic that you see in their sort of crest there. And what I believe that is, it's like a monumental clock tower that they have in the city of Pachuca, which apparently has the same identical machinery as Big Ben. When I looked online, it looks pretty grand, to be honest, and I can only imagine that sort of draws bits of tourism to the region. And then with regards to some of the details, there is a little bit on the back at the bottom. It says Tuzos, Los Tuzos, the Gophers are their nickname. So they've definitely filled out this shirt here with as much information as they possibly can with regards to the club and sort of the surrounding area. So for £22.99, less the 20% discount, I don't think you can really find all that many shirts that have the same level of value. But it is another Mexican shirt. I don't really know how many I have now. I know that certainly there is maybe one more to come, and then when I visit the Retro Football Fair at the end of this month, I'll most likely be adding at least one more to the collection. So we're probably at some stage going to be close to have the entire top division, but you know, it's just one of those things. They just so happen to create both great shirts and appear at great prices. Anyway, has anybody else got one of these shirts? I'm pretty sure that some of you will have done. At this price, it's very difficult to sort of ignore that, especially if you can get further discount. Also, I'm very, very happy. Another Mexican team. Anyway, guys, as always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a great weekend ahead, and I'll see you next week with some videos that hopefully I can release. I've been filming some stuff that I've taken like 2 parts, so who knows when they'll be released, but I think it should be some good, fun content for you to sort of enjoy watching. Anyway, as always, thank you, and goodbye.